Hello frogs, welcome to the Redstone and the Frog. Today I have a special farm for you. This is a crimson and white fungus farm, which complements this one. But what I really like about this farm is that you can change all the crimson nylon on the floor for grass, and it will convert this farm to a flower farm, which is really useful if you have a forest biome nearby. This farm was inspired by cubfan designs in Hermitcraft Season 7. I don't believe we did the rest on the same way, but the idea is pretty much the same, okay? So let's crack on with the tutorial. These are all the materials you need for this farm. The first row is for the ether hopper clock. These smooth stones are building blocks in high quantities. I don't know the exact number, but you will need a few of them. The second row is for the redstone under the farm. And the last row is for the dispenser system. I like to use a trap chest so I can put all the bone meal, and until I don't close the chest, the bone meal doesn't go into the dispenser. And for the collection system, which is pretty simple and you will need a slab. But the most important thing on this farm is in this little chest. A water bucket and 16 blocks of netherite. Okay, not netherite, but 16 blocks of whatever stackable block you want to use. I will use netherite blocks because I'm creative and I can. So, as I want to build the warp fungus farm right beside the crimson one, I have built this system to turn it on. And turn it off. This is an observer pointing to a sticky piston and in a block of redstone. So, let's start with the ether hopper clock. First, we put the block here, another one in the back, and we put a comparator pointing into this block. Now, two hoppers pointing into each other, remember to crouch. Comparator reading the signals out of this hopper, not comparator, block, and now we put redstone dust in these two blocks, a block of redstone in the middle, and the sticky pistons over here and over here. And we put the 16 blocks of netherite inside. And the ether hopper clock is done. You can even put the side part on top and it will work very much the same. But instead of putting the redstone dust in here, you will have to put it up on this block. So, to turn it on and off, I'm using this system over here, but you could use just a lever in the side like this. But as this is, there you go. Now this is up and this is on, and you can see the items are flowing from one side to the other, and the redstone block is moving, and this one doesn't. Pretty much the same. But let's turn both of these off and continue with the tutorial. To put the dispenser, we need to know where the bone meal is going to come from. This chest over here, we fill the bone meal and it will go into this dispenser, and if we have a hopper line like so, it will go into the other one. So it should go along these lines. So we need to put the dispenser right here. Okay, so as we know the dispenser will go there, we put the redstone dust here, block in here, and repeater here. This will make that every time this block moves, the dispenser will fire. To build the system that will activate the trapdoors, we need an observer pointing into this dispenser, so every time it fires, it sends a signal, a block pointing out, and now we need to know where we want to put our collection system. So, as we want to put the collection system over there, you see, under this trapdoor, there it is, we need to put the trapdoors here. So, we need the pulse extender to be in this side. This is the most important part of this farm, this repeater right here. It needs to be on 3 ticks. If it is not, this signal that will output from this observer will be too short and the farm will not work at all. So, repeater on 3 ticks delay, redstone dust, comparator, redstone dust, and these two redstone dust, but it collides with this one, so we can do this, put a repeater in here and a few redstone dust here, and so we save some space and materials, but this will only work if you have to put both in the same place. So now, target block there, repeater, block, building block with a torch. Now every time this system fires, this will lengthen the pulse and this torch will turn off. So block on top, which we can put the trapdoor on right now. Okay, target block with the trapdoors on top. And now we can do this with some redstone dust and open these trapdoors, and we can go and take a look to where the other trapdoor should be. Okay, the other trapdoor needs to be here. If you put a trapdoor here, this will create a water current and you will flood all the farm. So now we need to put block in here, redstone dust, and cover this up so we can put the water inside. Nobody wants the water to be spilling on your redstone. We fill this with water. And the farm is pretty much done. We only need some warp fungi, which I have over here. Well, not fungi, nylium. And put it in a 5x5 pattern with the middle being the dispenser, like so. Now we cover this up like this, and we leave this empty. And now from here we have the output chest in there, which I've been using for this farm to test it, and we place all the hoppers pointing into there and a slab on top, so all the items will flow and go under there. So let's take a test. And it looks like it's working perfectly. Now the dispenser will fire, yes, and the trapdoors move all the items into the chest. Let's take a look. Okay, now as you can see, sometimes items go out. That's why I have this corner over there. So you don't need to do this, but I mean, why not? You can even use stairs, but the most important thing is to place some glass over here, like this. And the farms are ready, frogs. As you can see, both of them are working in unison. And if I go down here and put the bonemeal inside, until I don't close this chest, because this is a trap chest, it won't fill. And now, you see, it's going there, and in the other direction. If you want to save on materials, you can build the hopper clock like this. Putting a lever on the floor and a redstone at the top of the hopper, it will turn off, and then we take the signal from the comparators, like so, and we might pretty much do the same. Target block pointing to the dispenser, and read the signal from one of the dispensers, and it's the same. Pulse extender, repeaters. It works pretty nice, if I say so myself. Now, for the sake of proving that this works as a flower farm, let's break this and put some grass on top. Let's turn it on. Perfect! I really like the end result of this farm. It works really well and in unison, which is oddly satisfying if I do say so myself. So, I hope this tutorial has been useful. Please leave a like, subscribe and all these things, and see you in the next one, frogs. See ya!